Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and I am back here today with a bracelet design of my own creation. This is the leftover string from the pink bracelet that we did as the, what was it, the 1000th video. That was kind of cool, did down at East Coast. Well, I had string left over that was big enough to make a smaller bracelet, and I thought that would be kind of cool. Now, I made that video of the pattern for this some time ago and kept meaning to get around to actually making this. Like, I was actually going to work on this on the cruise ship, but unfortunately, one, I got sick, and two, I left the string at home. So yeah, kind of really, that number two, I guess, is probably the biggest reason I couldn't have done it. So anyways, got home, checking out what I'm supposed to do, and realized this was a thing, and I got on it. It's a cool pattern. It is in the Arrowhead family, except it has this thing where it starts off like it's kind of a diamond, but then part of it just kind of trickles into this arrowhead. Now, the whole point of that was the first time I saw something that had some arrowhead to it, it wasn't symmetrical. And I knew that if I took this diamond shape, brought it into an arrowhead to a certain point, I could put another one next to it, and that it would be like a yin and yang, the way that they interacted with each other. And so this was like the dawn of me really working with this pattern. But this time, because we're doing single stranded, and if you do that design where it goes and it keeps doing the yin and yang, there'll be like two strings that just absolutely get used so much more than anything else. So my thought for this was to just let it go elongated and just start from that point, work its way out to wherever it gets to, and see how that goes. So, and I don't know if I really realized when I was laying out the pattern for this, that what would end up happening is the light color would become what comes to the middle. And that in itself isn't bad, but when the light color does its thing, the next color after that is the darkest, which gives you the greatest amount of contrast, which, like I said, I kind of really just didn't anticipate how that was going to make the pattern really sort of, I don't know, in a way it pops it in a way that it sort of was surprising to me. Like I honestly, I didn't expect that to happen. Not quite like this, at least. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. Also, there are a lot of opportunities where you can trade off strings if you thought that like one color was getting used more than others, but I did not do that at all in the whole bracelet. I worked it as if instead of only 4 colors, I worked it as if there were 8 colors and kept the zigzags where the zigzags would be. And didn't have a problem with any strings getting too short or anything like that, so that was pretty cool. It is a little bit more of intermediate level of knotting. This is not beginner friendly. It is fun though. If you're confident with your knots, you're good at being able to keep the balance. I would say this is a fun one to do. You can tell I have this knack of I work the right side until there's nothing more, and then I start bringing the left side over and do that until I can't, and then it's back to working the right side again. So it sort of flows back and forth the whole time. It feels to me like it makes it go faster. Mind you, this took a full 2 hours to make, right? So like that was a little bit of a surprise. I don't do a lot of bracelets this size, so I can't say if that's kind of normal or if all the distractions and stuff were like adding up or whatever, but it was almost exactly 2 hours. Like 2 hours and a few seconds, but maybe one of the other videos might have been short a couple seconds, so it really landed like right at 2 hours. Crazy. Absolutely. Wow. What else can I tell you? It's a fun bracelet. I was tempted again to make this my own, just because it would be fun, because the whole nostalgia of the original bracelet, that was the original video, that kinda, if I had had notifications somehow, like on my computer or something, I would have discovered that there was a lot of people interested in wanting to know the pattern, wanting to know how I did it, things like that. This could have been like a life-changing thing if I had realized back then that there was even any interest in bracelets whatsoever. The video itself has had over 160,000 views. So needless to say, once upon a time, this could have been really, really neat. But I dropped the ball. I didn't know. I'd only used YouTube as a way to show my girlfriend, now wife, this cool idea I had about taking a picture with it for every knot. And yeah, it turned out pretty cool. It was neat. It's fun looking back at it. So hey, this is the middle. So like, see how the light color is just kind of comes into it, kind of fades into it, and then you're suddenly hit with that dark. Like that contrast there really kind of draws you in and makes you realize, like, wow, there's something big happened right there in the middle. It's kind of crazy. Before I forget, special shout out to my YouTube members who make this stuff possible. Yes, I probably have enough string right now to probably last me out through the rest of the year, but there's bound to be other things that we want to try. Just got a new camera. We're doing things outside of the house. We got, I need a new laptop bag. The bag that I have is kind of cumbersome and it doesn't have any like shoulder pad or anything to it. Like I kind of need like a backpack style one to carry the laptop around so I can like go shoot videos outside the house comfortably. So that might be my next investment. But yeah, my YouTube members help make all that kind of stuff happen. So thank you guys very much for that. I think it could be we could do a really fun series of doing bracelets out of the house, because living in Singapore, most of you watching my videos aren't in Singapore. So like we could have like little tidbits of knowledge of like interesting things from this country that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. So that's my hope. I don't know how it's gonna pan out, but we'll try. I'm kind of, when I take my days out, I'm more or less been scouting for places that would be interesting to be able to shoot at, and trying to figure out like how to get the scenery to be more of the background, or to see more of the surrounding areas and stuff. So wish me luck. If you have ideas on things, you know, how to present it or whatever, like leave me a comment, because yeah, I'm still open to suggestions. I have no idea what is really gonna happen with all that right now. Oh, so this pattern, because I've done it so many times in so many different varieties of ways, I kind of got it going. Double checked it when I was getting towards the middle, and then pretty much didn't need it again after that. I knew that it ended with the light color because that was how it started. And yeah, this is one of those patterns where honestly, for me, it's so intuitive. It makes sense on like, how far does the line go? How far does the little bump thing go? Everything about it totally, to me, makes sense. Not every bracelet design does that. So I don't know if this is something that will make as much sense to you. I really can't say, but for me, this is one of those patterns that just sort of comes together every time. And I like the way it turns out. Again, this could have been an 8-color pattern. If you're interested in that, let me know. We could try that out. Could try it out in a rainbow for that matter. Like an 8-color rainbow. Those are pretty sick. So we could try that. Yeah. If you have thoughts, ideas, yeah, leave that in the comments. I like want to do more of like the blindsided creations, but like I think that I've done almost all of the numbers. I'll have to double check. But I think I've like done that. I want to do like more interactive stuff with like you guys. So I just need suggestions, things that you guys want to see done. So that way I can get working on it. Yeah, see how the light color hit the end there? Yeah, I knew that's as far as that goes until it comes back to close off the diamond. So that means we're getting near the end here already, which is cool. Because I'm already running out of things to talk about. So, but this is a fun pattern. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys give it a try. If you do, love to see what you come up with. Definitely try it with other colors, blues, greens, anything. You know, it's open to interpretation. How's that? All right, so here comes the end of it, the big reveal. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.